Hello, yes. So I'm Abi Sutherland. I wanted to do this presentation mostly because it started as a joke in a slide deck and I thought it was worth sort of carrying through. Just for background, I do a lot of tech writing teaching for developers. And so I'm teaching them the very basics of documentation. So one of my slides is this one right here, document the current system, at which point I was just trying to get people to stop writing about old systems or systems that don't exist yet. And I suddenly realized that the story of A Christmas Carol actually has a lot more for us than just that. But let's go back and first talk about my point here. Quite often when anybody who is close to the system is writing documentation, they will be obsessed with the ghost of Christmas past or the ghost of system past, the thing that used to exist. And they'll want to start by explaining, well, this reproduces this previous system that the user is never going to see and never lay fingers on. So they've wasted the user's attention with that. Or they'll be haunted by the ghost of Christmas future, the ghost of system future, which is really sort of what's coming next. And so they say, this currently has 5 options. This doesn't exist yet. And so I'm trying to beat my developers' heads into the idea that you should talk about the system that the user has in front of them, because that's the only thing that they can access. And so I decided I would make this talk and then see what came of it. So I want to talk about some other characters in A Christmas Carol and what they can teach us as documentarians. And I want to start with Marley's ghost. So if you remember the story, Scrooge starts out with the ghost of his former partner, Marley, who's now dead, walking around in a bunch of chains and telling Scrooge basically that the way he's living his life and the way that he's going is going to lead him to doom. So what I'm saying now is listen to your fellow documentarians when they tell you what works and what doesn't work in documentation. You don't have to invent the wheel yourself. We have lots of wheel templates around here and you should totally be using them. Then I wanted to think about the Cratchits, because these are the people who are your users, your readers, and you want to make sure that these people are getting the information that they need. So you need to do what Scrooge didn't and think about their needs and really try and figure out how they live and how you can help them live. And this goes doubly so for users who need accessibility, because quite often you'll have users who have accessibility needs, and if you don't give them those, they're going to wither. But if you do give them those, they're going to thrive and they're going to become absolutely fabulous, your best users. So you need to make sure the Tiny Tims of your communities are also supported. And then, of course, there's the inevitable always be asking questions, whether it's boy, what is today, or anything else. Keep asking questions all the time. And last but never least, build your communities. Join the communities that are available to you. You do this in association with other people. You do this in association with the subject matter experts, but you do it in the association with your fellow documentarians. And we're here for you. We're here for you, whether it's just the simple, how do I do this? How do I do that? Or whether it's the much more complicated and messy, I'm in trouble. I'm having a terrible situation at work. I don't know what to do next. We're here for you. Build your communities, support your communities. This is what Scrooge learned, and I think we could all learn a bit of it. And that, my friends, is the end of my lightning talk.